Hi everyone, welcome to yet again another exciting edition of Pitchside. Thank you so much for checking out our content and definitely giving us feedback whenever we upload any content that you see out there. And thank you for the advice as well. Most of you guys keep saying, bring us so and so, bring us so and so. And that is how we sit down and make sure that that person comes straight up to your faces. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always an honor and a privilege to have guests like the one I have today on Pitchside. He needs no introduction, but for purposes of protocol, please allow me introduce the Right Honorable Peter Ogwang. Yes, State Minister for Sports, Member of Parliament, but we know for sure that being the State Minister for Sports is why we engage with him most times. Honorable Peter Ogwang, you're welcome to Pitchside yet again. Second time, I think, and excited to have you.
Well, thank you very much for giving me this chance.
Yeah.
I want to correct the record. I'm not yet at the level of Right Honorable,
Oh,
but God willingly, we continue to work hard. But
okay.
as of now, I am Peter Ogwang, MP, Minister of State for Education and Sport. Thank you.
Okay. My apologies for breaking the protocol. Guys, as you're watching Pitchside, I want to let you know that we all know Uganda did participate in the just concluded Commonwealth Games that happened in Glasgow, Scotland. As a matter of fact, 55 athletes in 10 categories of sports disciplines were part of the entire contingent that made their way to Glasgow, Scotland. Athletics, basketball, boxing, swimming, Paralympics, name it. By the end of these games, Uganda had picked up a medal haul of 3, all of course silver medals, the Gazelles, 3-on-3 in basketball. You also had Kukundakwe in Paralympics and Chemtai, who actually won silver at in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. Honorable Peter Ogwang, who is the State Minister for Education and Sports, was of course the main lead when Team Uganda was at the Commonwealth Games, and I just thought it wise to catch up with him and inquire a few things here and there to tell us how the experience was and everything. So I think let's start with your experience at the Commonwealth Games as a person. I know you've been to so many big events in your capacity, but take me through your experience in Scotland during the Commonwealth Games.
Of course, the Birmingham 2022 was, I could say, it was a transition for me. That's the time I'd just been appointed, and I'm happy that I was able to be taken. I went up to Birmingham as a then designated minister.
Yeah.
And of course, my colleague Honorable Amson was still the Minister of Sport, though he had been promoted the position of Government Chief Whip. I want to say I was happy to be there. I watched what took place there. This time around, and I once said we had a good performance in Birmingham. And then this time around, I was a minister and a leader of government delegation, which represented the country on behalf of the Minister of Education and Sports. And I was happy that we started with the ministers' meeting of Commonwealth. Was a number of issues which we discussed on how to strengthen the games, but also how to continue with our cooperation of the 74 states or nations of the Great Commonwealth. In terms of Team Uganda, like you correctly said, here we were flagged off by the Right Honourable Prime Minister on behalf of the President, and of course we had the 55 athletes. I want to thank those who have won medals for the good work they have done. And for the record, I think they deserve those medals because while I was in Scotland, I had time to watch almost each and every game. But also in my watching observations, I had a lot of time to learn and on what needs to be done if we are to do better in Olympic Games, which are coming up in 2028 in Los Angeles, United States of America. But while in Scotland, it's true, it's competitive. It is true, we need to continue with a lot of work here. And I want to confirm as government, we're extremely doing our part. And I'm happy nobody can come and say anything against the state of Uganda than against the Minister of Education and Sports, that we have not done anything to support our athletes in terms of preparations, training, terms of competition and participation in the Commonwealth Games. Unlike what I've done before, there are few areas which, of course, I'll be able to talk about in my subsequent questions, maybe which will come. But I want to really commend all the 55 athletes who won, who have participated. I congratulate those who have returned back home. And if I were them, and that is going to be my next level, is that the work has just started for Olympics 2028. And I think that's where every one of them should focus. And of course, it's also important that some of them has planned to retire. And I think my message to soon, which I'm going to have directed National Council of Sports, I want to have a meeting with the FAs. We cannot continue having same faces, doing the same things. And in my considered opinion in sports, there's a time to leave the stage. And I think it's important that overhaul comes up. And that is now
the next step.
The next stage which we shall be able to discuss. I thank you.
Okay. Mr. Ogwang, I think I need to go back a bit to you yourself being in the stands. You talked about Birmingham and now Glasgow, but there's been a change in how government has approached sport, especially in your regime. The government has invested immensely. Before the team left, you talked about the bonuses that the athletes were going to receive in case they win medals. But before we get to that part, in your perspective, do you think whoever represented Uganda gave their all to make sure that they performed so well? And maybe in terms of preparation, from your perspective, do you think some of these athletes were actually well prepared to go out there and perform? Because when the Commonwealth Games are going on, you're positive in your capacity, and that's rightly so. But now we know for sure that there are some things that have not exactly gone well, and maybe you could have an opinion on that.
As a person who has mandate to really manage sports, from where I sit, I think I'm beginning, based on this performance in Glasgow, I'm beginning to see that there's one or two areas where I need to push in more to improve, because I think there's a bit of laxity which is coming up. All in all, of course, all athletes prepare to compete and they prepare to give in all. For the starters, time when we were in Birmingham and time when we are today, if you look at the infrastructure, to be honest, we have exceedingly done above and beyond our expectations. We did not have Terriet in Birmingham, but we had superstars, we had athletes who performed beyond our expectations. We got gold medals in Birmingham. We have Terriet today. If, for God's forbid, if this Perus one was not there, the athletics, which has been our core medal bracket, would have suffered and struggled. What are the factors underlining? The investment for me for Terriet, I expect medals.
Gold medals.
Yes, it's no longer a question which we must begin to say we should be participants. No. And I want really to sound a strong message to the Federation of Uganda Athletics Federation. That the country is not lacking talent anymore. The country has reached a point where we are demanding medals. We have gone an extra mile of even putting in money to motivate these athletes to perform beyond. Because I can be honest, what I'm putting as a winner for the gold, the silver, and what the president has decided even to put after you winning a gold, a silver, and a bronze. I don't think out of the countries which participated in the Commonwealth, there might be 10 which are doing that.
Because,
or less, because I can be honest with you, even within our neighbors, I don't think we are still better in terms of what the stipends we give and in terms of the medal bonuses we try to give to athletes. But the question is, why is this not coming out? Are they being prepared well? Their role to train, to help the athlete develop at the level of high performance is left with the federations or association. As government, we put in money to support the training. But the question is,
where are the results?
Where are the results? This is now where I'm coming in strongly. And I want to be honest, I already have solutions. Because for me, I always learn from the mistakes and I tend to come in hard. And I want to be honest, I am coming in hard. You must be able to show us the output before we put in our investment. Because it's now becoming as if we must put in the investment, then you go. Because to be honest, there are some disciplines which I watched I don't think some of us were prepared to be there.
Yes.
To be honest,
We're just showing up to participate.
And you could even see that maybe some of us were not ready for the competition. I'm sorry to sound a bit tough, but if I don't, then who does it? Because I feel from the country, I feel for the investment we make as a country, for this specific people. It's not that they should not, that they it's all the time should be medals. No. And I think it's important that they get to know the pain of thousands of Ugandans who watch, of thousands of Ugandans who pay taxes for us as government to participate and to push in to support Team Uganda. So for me, I want to be honest that something is not right at this level of federations in terms of how these competitors are selected. Of course, I have reservations because I chaired a meeting in Glasgow, which I don't want to come out and speak about it because it's my responsibility. But those who attended the meetings know extremely very well what I shared with them. And of course, that came after a few of my athletes came direct to me in a few observations, which I want to be honest that, for instance, money for trainings, I'm going to direct National Council of Sports. All money for training for all athletes will be paid direct to the athletes who have been identified. That's now me, because it's my money, it's government money. I have a role. I am the one who is accountable to going forward. These are some of the observations which...
So athletes complain they did not get some of their training money.
I want to say that these are some of the observations I picked up from while I was in Glasgow. And those who didn't do it know it because it came to my attention. And I was personally perturbed and entirely disturbed. And that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be no more business as usual. But I want to really send a strong warning that henceforth it must stop. And I hope this, like we had a solution to this while in Glasgow, and I'm going to follow up it. If it is not going to be attained, of course, I'd already discussed with some of the stakeholders that we will have to see how to deal with that. But like I've told you, I don't know whether we performed well in Glasgow. I don't want to be honest, no. As a minister responsible for sports, it's not, that was not what we expected as us, as government. And of course, pressure also must go to the athletes. You can see this time around, we got medals from the areas where we never expected. You know very well.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you next that the Gazelles showed up in Glasgow and reached, pushed all the way to the final. First African team, I think, to do that. And I saw that people were excited about them. What's your opinion about Nick and Teresa's team and the girls and the effort they put in?
I think, first of all, that's why I want to commend them. Because they knew what they wanted. And also, they have been there in those stages. And they have been really fully getting focused. For instance, if you carry out analysis of the 3-4 girls who participated, there's only one girl who is at home here, playing in the local league. But all the 3 are playing professional in the rest of the world. And of course, coming in, I also want to say there was a bit of investment in terms of us supporting them as government. Though they also complained, I want to be honest with you because I shared with them. And I think these are some of the issues which I'm picking up. And that's what tells you that it's no longer government. It's now about governance. That's where the problem is. And 2, we were encouraging them that, please, you can do it. And to be honest, they can actually do better. And that's what we want to do. And I've asked them to remain as a unit. They continue consolidating on their areas of weaknesses. But as government, I pledged before them we are going to invest. Because like you now know that we have a second route of qualify to the Olympics. And I think that's an area where we are going to support them to ensure that we qualify for Olympics. But as far as we are concerned, Uganda to emerge number 2 out of the 74 Commonwealth nations is something we must appreciate. And as of now, I think in the standing, they are the second in the Commonwealth. And that is not, that's not something small. But also, I think the role of the Ambrose Tashobia. You know, Ambrose Tashobia was the chairperson of National Council of Sports, is the vice president of 3x3 basketball worldwide. And I think it is also a personal initiative. I thank the federation, of course, Uganda Basketball Federation. And I want to guarantee the nation and all Ugandans out there, both in the country and those in the diaspora, that we will do better.
So the other point of information that I wanted to pick from you is when the team was going, you announced that gold was 100 million, silver was 50, bronze was 30. For the team sport, how is that money shared? Is it 50 now for the Gazelles, or each is everyone getting, for example, 50 million shillings? Some people have been asking on that guidance.
Of course, first of all, I want to confirm that we have won one medal.
Yes, silver. That is true.
So if they were counting it,
Yeah.
but that's one thing which I'm going to discuss with my technical people.
Yeah.
That first of all, now even as we talk, there's a balance of the money.
Yes.
Because the budget we had put in, people have not collected the medals. At least they would have challenged me as government that
Yes.
we have won more. Can we add in more money?
Yes.
But that's one thing really which we must go and begin thinking that what do we do now with this team sport? Because it's a budget for the competition.
Yeah.
And for me, really, I think once I have a discussion with my team, I don't see the reason why this money which has remained as a balance should not be able to be given to the team sport, so that we appreciate their efforts with due respect. They deserve it.
Yeah.
That's first of all. Number two, I also want to thank my daughter, the para. She's a fast para athlete.
Yeah.
Yes, to win a gold medal, silver in swimming.
Yeah.
That sport is not a simple sport.
Yeah.
And you can really see that if you look at the Australian medals, in water, they were just like, their lives is like water. Of course, we also need to discuss with these federations on the question of coaches.
Yes.
One thing for sure, the law has now given me a lot of powers to look at the area of sponsorships on how these people get money into themselves.
Yes.
There has been a thinking that everything must be done by government, and which for me I want to categorically say it might not be true. We will want them to recruit professional coaches. There is no shortcut about it.
Yeah.
I could see from there in some of the sport, which the issue could
A doctor had turned into a coach.
A coach. So there's a problem there.
Yes.
So I think those are the areas which we must have to improve and work on as a team Uganda.
And see a way forward.
If they need be for government to come in, of course, it has a financial implication.
Yeah.
We will be able to discuss that. But as of now, our core business has been we support the athlete who has been identified to carry the flag of Uganda. And I want to say to the viewers out there, the government of Uganda is 120% meeting its obligation.
From your side?
From my side.
Everything is
I pay air tickets, I pay allowances, I pay training fees, and I also ensure that the team goes to the right place to participate in the sport. I go ahead even give stipends for the 3 competitions, Commonwealth, All African Games, Olympic Games, of money for a gold medal, silver medal, and a bronze. Even the president goes ahead to even give additional stipends for a gold medal, silver, and what? And bronze. So what else do you want us to do?
Yeah, so as we conclude on this Commonwealth discussion, before we talk AFCON 2027, we have an issue, Honorable Minister. And I'm sure you know what is happening. You came back safely. I'm here with you, safe and sound. Some athletes are back, safe and sound. We have an issue of 4 boxers who have gone AWOL. But from your office, what report do you have on your desk, and what exactly is going to happen?
Fast forward, I officially got a message from the High Commissioner of Uganda to the United Kingdom.
Yes.
That 4 boxers had disappeared and their whereabouts are not seen. I then secondly reached out to the Chief Dimisho, that's my brother Godwin Kayangwe, who was still in Scotland and in Glasgow particularly. He confirmed to me that, of course, 3 boxers, because one of the issues there was that they had to have their passport being held by the management of the team. And of course, the 3 passports are with them as the administrators who are managing Team Uganda. Then one of them, I think, how he got his passport and sneaked out, is not seen. Of course, as of now, I want to confirm that we cannot say that they have disappeared because they still have valid visas for the time. But then the question is where they went or where they are, because the whole team was meant to leave. But as you know, we are still following up. with the team lead, the leader, particularly the people who are directly involved in managing the athletes. I also cross-checked with the president of Uganda Boxing Federation. He confirms to me that even him, he got information that those, I think it's about two boys and 2 girls are the ones who are missing. So I want, of course, this is my message to the athletes.
I was going to ask you now, from your office, what is your message to the athletes?
Of course, my message to the athletes that there you're tainting the image of the reputation of the government of Uganda in the country called Uganda. Next time, it will be very difficult for some of us to be given even visas to go and participate. Now there you're killing the future of the young athletes who would be able to go and compete and give Uganda medals. It's my humble appeal to all our children that don't never think there's anywhere in the world which is better than your home. Please, it's worse. We've been to these countries. We know what's there. And if you think it's easy, you're going to feel it. And I'm happy. And my humble appeal to you out there is that get back home. If it's about question of greener pasture, we are here to guide you, to help you get to greener pasture on the right path. And to be honest, we can support you. We can work with you. Because some of them, like for instance, the team captain,
Yes.
he was one of our best boxers, with due respect, in this competition. And me was seated with some of the privileged, the VIPs. They were all drumming. The boy has a bright future.
They were impressed with how he was boxing.
It's just that he needs the right technical team around him that can be a world champion in this specific weight category. So I really want to ask and call upon them that wherever they are, the High Commissioner is formally notifying the British government so that they will definitely, because she was asking me for some of their details. Once those details are flagged out there, you will be got. That's, by the way, that's the truth. Some of them, we supported them directly, even some of the complaints they were having, using our own personal resources. So I think it's also character. And I want really to appeal to our people, particularly those who are identified, that in return home. And also to those who might be keeping them in their homes. Of course, if it is our friends, the Ugandans in the diaspora, if you know you're keeping one of those of our boxers who participated in these Commonwealth Games illegally, it might also affect your permit or your residence in some of these countries. So the better you come home, I'm here. And like most of you had interacted with me, I had promised to have meetings with you. This office is always open. But again, I want to commend them for representing Team Uganda. By all fairness, I think we're number, I'm told, 27.
Yeah, 27. Uganda was 27 on the
middle bracket, out of 74. So we say, is that best? For me? No. Would have done better still.
They were supposed to do better.
Yeah, we expected to do better because once we give you everything, I don't see. But you see, the challenge is they're also affecting now our lobbying capacity. To continue asking for additional investment in sports. They don't know that there's already the ecosystem built to each other.
The ripple effect is there if you don't perform
so
well.
Tomorrow, when they don't, I ask for money, they don't support me. Please, you can now see why I'm here.
When you go to the floor of parliament, they say, but Honorable Ogwang, what did boxing do at the Commonwealth Games?
Of course, now it's a must, like it's always a routine. I have already asked the technical people to get me a motion so that I can go into parliament to officially communicate to the country on how we participated in the Commonwealth Games, the medal brackets, like it has always been. Then also, we appreciate.
So that is on the Hansard.
Yeah, we appreciate their efforts. Yeah, that's true. We will also want those daughters of ours and all of them those
to come to the gallery.
And the house recognizes them like now our daughter. Good thing this time around, all medals have been won by girls. So it is a good sign to a girl child. That
it's possible.
It's possible.
Okay.
The last one, of course, is a question which was talking about officials. I think it's also important I give this information.
Please highlight it.
Fast forward. I am happy I formally communicated to the Right Honourable Prime Minister the list of the delegation which went to Commonwealth Games. The list was clear. The truth is, there's no way you can send a team without coaches. Let's be honest. So now I'm happy we sent them there. They had all their technical people. As far as we are concerned as Ugandan government, I facilitated them based on what the Commonwealth Games Secretariat had given us. So I want that to be clear. And by the way, they were not 30. So for that matter, because there's been that notion
that officials
are more than the athletes.
The athletes, yes.
I want to be honest. I led a government delegation of 4 people, 5.
To the Commonwealth Games.
That is a government delegation.
That is history, Mr. Ogwang. It has never happened in Uganda.
5,
sport.
and I can still count
5 officials from government.
From government. 5. So when people come out there talk, fortunately, yes, I officially communicated this to the Right Honourable Prime Minister, who is my leader of government business, and she gave us permission to travel. The 5. Yes. So the other one is, you might have seen other people, yes, on their own. I also want to make this clear. Yeah. We were able to work with some of those people to, yes, help them get visas. And people also go on their own.
Okay, the issue was just you helping them get visas.
Exactly.
After that, they looked after them.
So I really want to say, my people, we know what we are doing and we know where we want to go. And we're also cognizant of the fact that we must cut down. And even then, I don't want to go into details of what we gave these athletes. For me, I want to confirm, yes, ever since we took over, my minister guy, I met with my senior minister, the First Lady, we agreed on how we should keep on improving the remuneration of our athletes. I came here when they were getting $72, yes, per day. And now we are really almost like members of parliament. So we are moving.
Honorable Minister, you're making these athletes rich.
Yes, because that's the reason why we exist. That's what I'm telling you. From the government point of view, what have I not done?
The motivation is there.
It's there. So
you have every right to ask for accountability.
I do.
From the technical people.
I have a right to ask for accountability, but I also have a right to demand for results.
You're replacing ask with demand.
Yes, now I have a right to demand
for results.
For results.
So the technical people in the federations that of course represent the country in major competitions, the Honorable Minister is demanding that at least there's performance from the athletes, especially considering the amount of money that he has invested in. We don't want to talk money here because you people will call the athletes and start demanding for money from them. So I would say that is how interesting it's going to be. Anyways, let's move away from the Commonwealth Games and move to the AFCON 2027. Before I ask any question, Honorable Minister, just paint for me a picture of AFCON 2027 for Uganda. Where are we? How far are we? With the phone calls and reports on your desk, briefly, what is going on?
I want to reiterate that government of Uganda is handling up AFCON as a whole of government approach.
Yes.
And I want to reiterate again that we are on course,
yes, to
fulfilling all the requirements of CAF, and to ensure that Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania host AFCON 2027. In terms of preparations, as far as infrastructure is concerned, we are on schedule for the infrastructure.
Yes.
Not only in sporting, but also other ecosystems supporting the sporting. For instance, now, where the pressure is, which we are working on now, is to support the other ecosystem. Talk about the hotels. But I want to address myself to Hoima.
Yes.
You remember, government approved a funding of 101 billion through the Uganda Development Bank, which is a loan.
Yes.
As of now, when I returned, I found that already that facility, the UDB and the beneficiary, the specific identified beneficiary in line with the CAF guidelines, are getting to the logical conclusion of getting to a level of getting access to the money. Because already CAF came here with their consultant, guided those hotels on what kind of rooms they want these hotels to have. What kinds of amenities which were missing in those facilities they want them to build. What kind of maybe less kitchens they want them to be. What kind of conference facility they want them to be. What kind of dining facilities they want them to be. If the swimming pool, all this work was done. So now what is only coming in is that is now about the financing part of it. And I want to be sure I've gotten information from finance at their own course into ensuring that. But also I get communication from my emails, which our technical people are working with the technical people from UDB to ensure that those are settled. The other one is in terms of health, for instance, emergency and accident unit in Hoima,
Yeah.
the works are moving on well. That was one of the issues. The MRI machine in Hoima Regional Referral Hospital, we had left it out, but the government has come out with giving additional support to the Minister of Health to ensure that it's bought. The first emergency health facility in Buseruka is on course. When you go to Masindi also, remember we also have a training facility in Masindi.
Yeah.
Even that regional Masindi hospital, it was one of the areas which were picked up to ensure that is also on course going on. Then now you come to training facilities. I want to be honest, with the exception of Fufa Kadiba and Satito Winyi. I'm going to talk about that briefly.
Yeah.
Fufa Kadiba, you remember we had a season.
Yes.
And that facility was one of those which were used for UPL, Uganda Premier League. So we were able to finally, at the end of the season, to receive the facility. We have now gone a level of the contractor and the minister consultant working on the designs, of course, which had been prepared. It is now a level of signing the MOU between National Council of Sports and the contractor to have the facility also handed over to UPDF Engineers Brigade. Now, Satito Winyu, there was a challenge of land. The land question was, of course, we were dealing with the church, but I think one of the persons decided to come up and put a caveat in the land. So when the caveat was placed, I had to follow up with the church, and also we had to work now with the Solicitor General and Attorney General's guidance to ensure that the stakeholders were brought on board, and that matter has also been solved. As of now, my team is in the final stages to ensuring that that facility is also handed over to the UPDF Engineers Brigade because the money is available. So these other training facilities of Chambogo, Makerere, then you go to Lira. Actually, I want first address Masindi, Boma Ground, then now the Lira cluster. Works are going on as required, and I want to be honest that those works will be completed ahead of schedule because we believe that this project has to be done expeditiously. So as far as AFCON 2027 is concerned, we're moving on well. On the question of the airport terminal, that is also what the Minister of Works, which is the lead agency, is undertaking to secure the contractor. And I've been told that the contractor has pledged to ensure that that facility terminal will be ready within the 8 months' time. The other one, of course, is already the country might not know, but there is already testing of the flights to Hoima, Kabalego Airport.
The runway is good now?
It's all done. The lighting is all done. Electricity has already been connected to the airport itself. The water is also being pushed to the airport itself. So in terms of now, the test flights which are taking place is part of the approval process because that airport is meant to be an international airport. So that is taking place as they're building. The works for the terminals are going to continue. Then you come to Kampala cluster, we have roads which want to help us offset traffic. Those roads have also followed up with my colleague in Minister of Works. He told me that the procurement process is now getting concluded, and he pledged that everything will be done ahead of schedule in terms of the project AFCON. I have a meeting which I'm organizing for the stakeholders, particularly in the Bunyoro area and Wakiso, because we want to move with leaders. When I was in Parliament, there was that issue that we were doing our things alone. Of course, now we are dealing with new leaders. Before we were working with the old leaders. So now we have to bring the new leaders abreast. But that does not stop us from continuing with the implementation of our project. On the Hoima City Stadium, I am reading CAF reports, some of the snags which have been identified. I'm getting the reports which CAF is sending. Everything is almost getting cleared because the contractor is on course. Of course, I have a demand of the use of the facility. All they are saying, one tested facility, but I'm also insisting I cannot be able to allow the facility to be tested before everything is done. Because what if a contractor jams tomorrow that I wanted to finish my work, you interfered. So they should also understand.
The last time you allowed someone to use the facility, people were climbing over gates and you're very angry.
I don't think that's going to happen. because I really put off some of my people to the level because that was wrong.
Yes.
I was not consulted, nor was I informed of what was happening. I also saw pictures online.
On the internet.
Thank you so much.
Okay. In Kampala here, not too long ago, you and the Right Honorable Prime Minister were having consultations with the UPDF Engineering Brigade about Namboole. From your eyes, briefly, how far with Namboole?
As of now, first of all, whatever you saw getting out online was not a meeting which was meant to be covered outside.
Oh, so it's supposed to be in camera.
Yeah, that meeting was supposed to be in camera. Yeah. Of course, I don't know who was recording it, but that's how we work in government. Yeah. Number one, I want to confirm, as of now, UPDF is working 24 hours in Namboole.
Yes.
And I will pledge to take you on one of these evenings. You go and see for yourself.
Yes.
Number two, all 90% of the imported materials has been bought and it's on its shipment to Kampala for purposes of ensuring that they will meet the deadlines of 31st December.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that UPDF officially reported that to me, who is a client of the facility. Yes. Of course, I'm also on pressure from the CAF to ensure that Namboole is finished, but I want again to reiterate that we will finish Namboole. Number three, Namboole has been redesigned and remodeled to now be one of the best 45,000-seater stadiums in the continent. And to be honest, the works we are going to put there, a roof and a facade, like what you see in Hoima is what you're going to see in Namboole. One time I posted it online. People thought it is a joke, but that's what you're going to see. And let's give UP the benefit of doubt that these are our own engineers which are doing this work. And the other one, if you remember, the pitch is not being affected.
Yeah. The pitch was in
it is intact, and they're only dealing with the areas where CAF identified. One was to expand the seating capacity to 45,000 seater. The other one was to realign the changing rooms from the other side of the west to from the east to the west. And then now in the west here, now they are working on the dressing rooms. They are all these works are ongoing.
Media Tribune.
Then the other one is what? I think, of course, those specific VVIPs areas, then the VVIP launches. We're also going to put up what they call now, these are boxes. They call them what? Sky boxes. Actually, we are going to have almost about 32 or 38 something in Namboole now, both in the west and the eastern part of it. So you're going to get a modern stadium when it's complete.
So people should drink water?
People should drink water because that, like I said in that statement, and that one I was very firm.
Yes.
If Namboole is not completed, then there's no AFCON for us. That's why I am saying that the UPDF is entirely committed to ensuring the works take place and is completed within 31st of August.
31st of August.
We keep on getting weekly reports on the progress of works which is going on, and I am happy with the progress so far of Namboole, works in Namboole.
All right. Honorable Minister, as we conclude this interview, one more question.
Yes.
You're certainly not the head coach of the Uganda Cranes, and you're not involved with who starts and who doesn't start. We are so much talking facilities and everything, but the Cranes, from your office, has your office dispatched funds, for example, to the Federation to make sure the preparation of the Uganda Cranes is underway, to make sure that maybe what they highlighted in the report that they need to naturalize players and all of that is all good to go? What's on your desk, and what can you tell us about the Cranes preparations for the AFCON? Because it's also very crucial.
Of course, I want to confirm that the truth is the Federation is closely working with us as a local organizing committee in terms of preparation of Team Uganda for competition. Yeah. Because it's one of the core issues and the critical areas we are mentioning that we want a competitive team.
Yes.
The truth is the president of the Federation of Uganda Football Association is the vice chair of the local organizing committee, has been in touch with me. And already I cannot be able to tell the plan of what's happening, what they are planning to the world, because it is about also us having our chest.
But it's a big plan.
But it's a big plan, and I want to say I am happy so far. I'm impressed with what they are doing. And to be honest, there was a meeting he called on the CEO, who is a technical person of the Federation of Uganda Football Association, to have a meeting with me and him. and we agreed on what we need to do, because the truth is the president has been very, very emphatic on how we must be able to have a competitive team, a president of the Republic of Uganda. And for this matter, we are taking it upon ourselves to support them as the Federation of Uganda Football Association to ensure there's a competitive. And I want to guarantee you that for purposes of AFCON 2027, we are all now involved in ensuring that we support the coach technically on what he needs. That's why you see they ask for some resources. We are able to pass on the resources to them early enough. They ask for equipment. We are able to pass on the money for the equipment early enough. Now, the coach and his technical people is also telling the FA what they need to do. The FA is also coming in with their proposal to me, which I want to say we are all moving together to ensure we will be able to support Uganda Cranes to be competitive for AFCON 2027.
Motivation for the players, maybe this can come from your office.
Now, the question of motivation is one I'm going to take to the local organizing committee, because it's a local organizing committee which is managing AFCON 2027. But what I want to tell, whoever will be called should be able to say, the country Uganda has invested into AFCON 2027. So there's no way country Uganda can fail to motivate players. That's a fact. It is not possible. Like I told you earlier on, it's no longer the problem of can we do it? It's a problem now that will you do it? Have you got me?
Yes, I've got you.
Actually, let me make this clear. Before you ask for motivation, can you perform and then begin to see?
Can you reach the quarterfinals?
Then you begin to tell me that have you failed? But now you're beginning to be too early. Like now, I can give example of Glasgow. What happened? I gave $30,000 for a goal. Where is the goal?
you have balance in your draw.
In the treasury. That is it. So now, even these ones are, for instance, for those who will be selected. Because as of now, nobody knows he will be selected. But even those ones who will be selected, I want to tell them, guys, it's no longer the question of before or yesterday. It's the question of tomorrow and today. And from where I am seated on your behalf, I want to say we cannot fail to support you. We cannot fail to give you what you want to make the country proud. Uganda is led by a tested leader who believes in us always going forward, not going behind. I thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister Peter Ogwang, for very, very, very great insight on the Commonwealth Games, on, of course, what's happening with the Uganda Cranes, on the AFCON, and so much more. Any chance you're hosting the opening ceremony? There's been talk of maybe Uganda hosting the opening ceremony. Have you heard it in your ears?
I don't want to put that on camera, but...
what talks are going on?
Leave it to me.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, please subscribe. Keep it pitchside as always, and cheers.